Hello there, Dr. Julian. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Chris, on this day of March 24, 2025. March is that of communication, telecommunications, and all sorts of speaking to your phone, your computer, your AI avatar, everything else that's happening around you, all about expression. That 24 day, which is today, which is tonight, that's known as a very powerful trinity of beauty, passion, sharing it with others. And 2025, what can we say? You're a time machine. You are you are the Stargate. Let's go and travel. And that sum equals a 36-9 trinity as well, which is that of the creative trinity, which is awesome. So, what a fabulous, glorious, enchanting, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious evening. Yes,
Yes, absolutely.
yes, yes. And I, uh, I I was thrown off a little bit by the by getting on, but again, we're in Mercury retrograde. Again, we're in between those eclipses. The next eclipse is on Saturday, the 29th. Wow. The 29 in numerology, which is a language of the light of the divine, the 29 is that of light intelligence, infinite intelligence. The word light, Light, 39782, comes out to a 2911. So we are not only being showered in that messenger of God vibration, the key to the door of light, but also we're in and going into a solar eclipse next Saturday.
Wow.
So the lunar was a few weeks ago. The solar is Saturday. We're in this sandwich of eclipses. How are you feeling, my friends?
Oh,
My
I'm feeling
beloved.
great.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? The secret is meditation, prayer, acknowledging that you're a human being with your feet on the ground, and go out and create miracles.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not sure if my friend, as well as a very special person who is the, wow, what can you say about Mark Becker? He is a teacher. He is a, wow. Wait, there he is.
Oh my God.
There he is.
I can't believe it.
And of course,
It's a
he,
true story.
he is in a Woodstock experience here,
I can't believe it.
and he can't believe that he's
I'm here.
alive, or he's not, or he's doing something here now, which is
I'm live.
upside
I'm
down.
live.
Live, Mark Becker, creator, founder, entrepreneur,
Oh
and
my God.
shares his heart, his soul, his whole being of new life. The expo. I think he's already there.
I'm here. I'm here.
There's a little bit of noise.
Oh no.
Just a little bit of noise.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Are we still on?
I'm on. Are you on?
I'm on. I don't know where my producer went.
We're both on.
We're both on. And Chris, are you on? Are you there?
How was your day?
Well, what's interesting is that I'm not sure if the weather is on.
Well, we just had
Wow.
a beautiful expo in Florida.
Yeah. Are you there still?
Yeah.
All right. I hear it. Okay. Let me see what's going on here. But tell me about it. How was it?
It was great, but you know what? Nothing is like New York. I mean, that's why they named it twice, New York, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, New
Yeah.
York. New York is the happening. New York is
Well,
the place.
also, the biggest thing that didn't happen in Florida was there was no Julian Michael. I couldn't believe it.
Ah, no Julian Michael.
He's
Oh
a New
my.
Yorker at heart.
I live. I live in New York. I live in New York.
They're gonna make a T-shirt about that.
I I love that. Yes. Uh
Well, I'm
huh.
pretty excited about the expo. We have a lot of good things going on.
Well, the thing about the expo, and I'm trying to tell the producer here that he disappeared, so I don't know where he is. There's a lot of Mercury retrograde going on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
But you know what it is? The amazing thing is that we have a whole biohacking area, so people can try out hyperbaric chambers and red light beds and PEMF things and all the anti-aging. And we have New York's finest, Gary Null, coming. Uh, and so that's going to be a big one. He's going to show his new documentary.
I was on his show long time ago, and I love his products, and I go to his place here on Broadway.
Also, you know, we have Top Doctor magazine giving out awards, and the awards are these Mr. McDonald sculptures, and all the awards are $5,000 to $10,000 each. And one of the awards is going to Robert Kennedy.
Oh
And
my
we were going to
God!
zoom him in, but we just found out yesterday that Top Doctor magazine actually signed all the Secret Service stuff. So if something terrible happens, Robert Kennedy's going to show up at the expo getting his award.
He's going to be at the expo.
Yep.
Wow! Congratulations on that.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
That
And you know, and everybody's excited. They're back home at the Hotel New Yorker. So it's gonna be really special, and I'm pretty excited.
well, I'm very excited about everything here. Um,
Well, you know, it's our
I'm trying.
35th anniversary.
Wow,
Yeah,
35 and 8.
yeah.
Well, that's very special. Uh, I have lost contact with my producer. This is wild. This is very interesting. What is happening here?
Well, also, you know,
He's
you're gonna have a
yeah.
booth there. You're gonna have a lecture spot there. People can get to meet you in person,
Well,
and
yes, that, and also I'm going to connect with Marla Maples and ask her if she's in New York. It would be lovely to have her there.
I would love to have her there. But for those that haven't seen Julie in person, oh my God, you should come definitely. Just no, really, you see him in person. I mean, he's a light. He has so much energy.
Oh, wait a
That's the
second. Here
truth.
he is. Wait. We're on.
Do 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 do. Bump.
Wait. All right. Now, Mark. Wait. All right. Let's get this
We weren't
together
on
here.
before.
No, you're on. You're still live.
Oh,
Are we still on?
Yeah, you're still live.
So we've been on all this time.
Yes.
Okay. So you heard.
well, that's
But we don't
exciting.
see Mark. Mark, is there is there anywhere you can go where you can be less noisy? Oh,
Oh, he just went somewhere.
he just okay. Well, the good news is this. We just heard that a number of people are getting awards at the New Life Expo, which is going to be at the Hotel New Yorker.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's on 8th and that's on 8th and 30, 34th Street.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
and that's next Saturday and Sunday, which is the 29th and 30th. The 29th is that of the expo, and the 30th, but also it is that of the solar eclipse. So, and I'm speaking at 5 o'clock. Reclaim your brain.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I also have a table at the expo. And also, just found out that there's going to be a number of awards being given, and one of them is going to be the Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's going to be at the expo.
Oh, that's nice.
And one of the things that I love about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is I embrace his MAGA movement because I really feel that it's time for people to understand that their body is a sacred temple. And the fact is that it's time for people to understand how to take care of themselves. And the body, the mind, and being healthy is so important. It's so important. I wonder if
Yes,
we
it is.
now can we get Mark back on? How can we get him back on?
He's got to call back in. Use the link.
Okay, he has to use the link. So, wow. All right, how do I do that? Can you send him the link or not?
He's got the link. He's got to use it again.
Okay, so I need to just tell him use the link. Okay, wait. Let me. Wow, this is really a Mercury retrograde. It's a what? It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, I'll tell him right now. Use the link again as you went off the air. You know what's wild? This is real. Now you know that this is live.
Right.
Cass Silver, she's a friend and client. Medicine and the cost of it has gotten so desperate, proportionate to what normal people can afford. So I'm really with him too. Excellent. Good to hear. Good to hear. And I got to do his numerology a number of years ago. So that was a blessing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a very special soul, a very special man. And also, I do have a newsletter somewhere where I not only did his numerology, but I also did Bill Gates's numerology. And then I combined the two and I connected them with their previous lives. And I saw Robert F. Kennedy as that of Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings, and Bill Gates is the character Sauron, who is that of the Black Magician, and it really worked the interface between both and the combinations and all of that. So it's pretty wild how that works. All right, so we got a from Mark. He thanks us for being on the air, and he said, "See you at the expo." And for discount tickets for New York City, newlifeexpo.com, newlifeexpo.com for discount tickets. So, if you know anyone in New York City, please let them know. If you know anyone in New York City out there, give me a call. Text me, Julian Michael, 323-384-1333. Or let's, I got all this stuff going on in these little letters here in this beautiful uh, blue, beautiful line with the white letters sparkling with all my information. Please, this is going to be a major gathering event. And what I love about these events, Chris, is you really get to experience not only all the different uh, speakers, storytellers, avatars, oracles, and all that. Come to my table. We'll talk about Bigfoot. I did the numerology on Bigfoot, Chris.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Are you ready? Of course, Bigfoot comes out to an 11. If you take the letters Bigfoot, it comes out to a 3811. And the 3811, the 11 is known as the messenger, that of the light bearer. So the Bigfoot vibration is a person who is a beacon of light here to share themselves. The reason why we don't understand Bigfoot is because Bigfoot has its own light language of the divine. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So we think that Bigfoot possibly can shapeshift into other dimensions, since the government made an announcement 2 or 3 years ago that they think there's possibly up to 19 dimensions. So we also think, some people believe in their opinions, that Bigfoot possibly can shapeshift into an orb, a beacon of light. So that actually can make sense.
Yeah, it does. And what's the 3811 now in tarot? Because you're the avatar and the master of tarot, it's the Queen of Cups. The
Yes, that is correct.
3811 vibration is the Queen of Cups, and the cup has all the visions, and it has all the events in the sphere of the zodiac, and the cup is that of the divine gifts that reflect clairvoyance, clairaudience, and all the psychic abilities. She wears a red and blue robe that blends the conscious and subconscious minds. The cherubs on the throne represent the guardianship of the divine beings who protect and guide her. How beautiful. How beautiful. Just take a deep breath, people, and bring that in.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. We're talking about and a hertz. Yes, I love the hertz. Yes, Cass Silver loves the hertz. She's a very special being. She's an amazing singer there in Florida, and a client friend of mine. And anyone or anybody, Chris, who has a Z, you have to stop, take a deep breath, and go, wait a second. We're dealing with the signature of the Zeustis, of the Zeus, of the power to create and manifest. So you Z's out there. Anyone other than Kaz is a Z? Own it. Own it. Yes. Yes. Own that frequency, that light intelligence, that infinite intelligence. Own it. Own the Z of the 26-8 vibration of creating heaven on earth. Own it. Own that DNA experience as well as infinite intelligence. Own it. Own the harmony and the balance of the two zeros of the eight, that being of the physical material with that of the mental and that of the intuitive worlds. Own it. Own it. Own these worlds if you're a Z or if you're an 8 or born in August or the 8th or the 17th or the 26th. Own it. Own it. You know, Chris, it's time for us to own our talents and our abilities and who we are and stop being victims. We're Jedi. We're problem solvers. And we got a lot to deal with in the upcoming days, weeks, and months. I was thinking about what we're stepping into with this eclipse, with us being eclipsed. Know this: do everything you can to be grounded and do not trust anyone or anybody and what they say. Do the research on yourself, my friend. no matter what it is, because the matrix is working overtime, Chris. What do you feel about that?
No, I do believe that you're absolutely correct. And I do think the matrix is working overtime. I think that's why so many people get lost and delusional about certain things in life and lose track of the important things.
Totally. I did the numerology on the word illusion. And the word illusion comes out to a 3, which is that of communication, creativity, artistry, as well as that of the imagination. And the opposite of that is gossip, jealousy, as well as talking behind someone's back, or saying the wrong words, or lying with their words. So illusion is something that we are dealing with, as well as we'll be dealing with in the days, months to come, because it's an illusion of what you're hearing and feeling and seeing and what's being told to you. That's why it's important to go inside. The magic is inside of me, of you, of all of us. Mercury retrograde doesn't help. It doesn't, but at the same time, Mercury retrograde is asking us. It's asking us to use our abilities, to use the Bigfoot abilities, to use that 11, to use the abilities to understand that you are and have that cup of clairvoyance and clairaudience and that psychic energy, those talents, those creative, productive, manifestative, and healing abilities. And you can see and you can play this game with Mercury retrograde because you're in the chess game till April 7th when it goes direct. Does that make any sense, audience? Chris, what do you feel about that?
No, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. Absolutely.
Yes, yes. Because it's all about us now really taking the time to understand how powerful our thoughts are, that we can create and manifest from them, as well as how powerful our writing is. Hello, Linda Judd. How powerful our writing, our words are, how powerful our speech is, how powerful it is to be alive.
Yes, absolutely.
To be alive. To be alive. Interesting. Yes. Yes. Grizzly, Julian, Twisted, and everyone on the podcast. Blessings. Yes. Nilda. Thank you, Nilda Gonzalez. Blessings to you. Every moment, every breath is a blessing. Because when you stop breathing, that's it. You're out of here. I keep thinking that Mercury retrograde is most useful for creation and creative endeavors. Things that are not pinpoint specific. Yes. Because Mercury is trying to confuse you. It's trying to create the illusion, especially in March, being a 3. And the word illusion is a 3 in its soul destiny. If you take ILLUSION, each letter corresponds to a number. That number has a frequency. When you add a word together, you find the true depth of that word, like illusion, like Bigfoot, like your name. Any word has a soul to it. And yes, we are with Mercury retrograde. We're playing with that illusion. We're playing with this joker. We're playing with this energy that wants to confuse us with all that's happening. I could have given up. I didn't even know. Was I really on the air with Mark?
Sure was.
That was wild because your face disappeared. You were like the Man of Oz who just like went off somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone just asked, "Where is my bell on the phone?" I don't understand that.
Yeah, they're telling how to get notifications on your shows when it airs.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. See, thank you for that. Whoever, see, it's, and you know what's really important? What does the retrograde transition out? Well, it goes out April 7th. So we are in a cacophony of all kinds of wild and wonderful adventures we're going to have in these next days, for sure. And again, we're in between eclipses. We're in this sandwich of lunar and solar eclipse. Get ready for more wow. Wow. What do you feel about that, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to happen. I think the transition will come and go like normal.
Of course.
Just how we deal with it, right?
Of course, because again, we are the ones who are creating and manifesting. We are the ones who also are playing in this game. But to understand the game, know your game so you can play the game. And that game is the game of life as well. Know your game, know who you are, own yourself, realize how fabulous, how wonderful, how amazing, how blessed you are to be alive in this epic time. My God. I was talking to someone the other day about records. Does anyone know what a record is out there? Or a 45? A record?
I don't think they do.
A CD?
Yeah, I know what a CD is. I know what a record is too. But
how about a what were they called, Chris? The 8 players where you put this huge chunk of recording into your
8 tracks. 8 tracks.
8 tracks. I'll never forget. And here's a story. We were coming from Houston, Texas, and we were going back home to Los Angeles, and we were taking the highway, and there was this crazy storm. Had no idea what this storm was, but it was so insane. And I'm in my Honda Civic CVCC at the time. That's what I was driving. That's what I owned. And my friend just acted in a movie in Houston. So I was on the set. I was with him, and we're going through this storm, going up towards Dallas as well as beyond. And he goes to me, "You got to stop somewhere." And I looked at him and said, "Ken, there's no place to stop. And if we stop, we're dead, because I can barely see outside of the window. And the only thing I was following was the truck's lights in front of me. It was pouring. It was pouring so hard. And when he said to me, "You got to stop," and I said, "No, we're not going to stop." Better yet, Chris, I took out the 8, what's it called again?
8 track.
I took out the 8 track. Are you ready? I took out the 8 track that I had of Pink Floyd. Which album you think?
Dark Side of the Moon.
You got it. I put it in, and I looked at Ken. We said a prayer, and I said, "We're in God's hands." And that's it. We went through the storm all the way. When we got to Dallas, we got the radio going. There was a tornado a half a mile from us, and it followed us up up the highway.
Wow.
A tornado.
That's crazy.
So, trust, faith, and dark side of the moon. On an
Wow.
on an 8-track. Yes, great music. An amazing album, an amazing group. Now that they have gone their separate ways, they're still very good. And if you have a chance, see the show, because it's definitely worthwhile. I've seen them a number of times. Any questions out there? It's a powerful 733. We just changed to 734. Again, every number has a meaning. It has a language. I was in Pennsylvania and went to a place called Conowingo Dam in I believe it's Delaware. I'm not sure. Was it Delaware, Julian? And you have the Susquehanna River there, and there's an island full of nests of eagles as well as blue herons. Yes, I'm originally from New York, New York. Yes, and I am now in New York City. Yes, Prince High. Okay, Prince High. And there's nothing like watching eagles. Any eagles where you are, Chris?
Yes, we got them in southern Indiana and all over Kentucky. Usually you see them in southern Kentucky.
Is that where you are now, in southern Indiana?
I'm in Midwestern Indiana right now.
And are they coming out?
I saw one the other day driving, and that was interesting. I didn't think I've ever seen one up here.
An audience, people of all ages, children, as well as all sentient beings, when you see an animal, any animal, but especially when it comes to an eagle, a hawk, or from anywhere of that magnitude, that grace, that blessing, look into the animal totem meaning of the animal. Because that animal doesn't just show up because it's showing up. It is talking to you on another level with yourself, and it's interfacing with you. As an eagle represents that of a messenger. It's a messenger of clairvoyance, of clairaudience, of empowerment. So you're being empowered by looking at this eagle. How wonderful to know that. Knowledge is power, my friend.
Absolutely, it is. Curtis said he saw a swan the other day.
A swan. Did you say a swan?
A swan?
So what's a swan represent? Even though who is it that said that swans have a certain aroma that's not that's awful. Awful. Someone just said that the other day. Careful of swans. They have a stink that's crazier than a skunk. What do you feel about that?
I've never been that close to swan, so I don't know.
Okay, swan. Let's see. We're looking at the swan's meaning. The symbolism of a swan, celebrated in many cultures and spiritual traditions, symbolizes symbol of purity, spiritual grace, representing the divine essence that exists within all of us. In Hindu mythology, it is the god Brahma who is considered the creator of the universe. How powerful that is. Take a deep breath and bring in that swan. Bring in that swan. Everlasting love. They only ever have one mate. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Wow. Wow. That's not easy, Chris. Especially these days, just to have one mate. That's a book. I feel like a swan. I have one mate.
Right.
So the meaning, the totem of animals is something that is allowing you to understand more of your purposes, of what's happening to you in that moment. If you feel a bit confused or off center, disharmony, and all of a sudden you see an eagle, a swan, a squirrel, a raccoon, anything, know that on another level, you're being sent these animals for a inner communication on another level. What do you feel about that, Chris?
No, absolutely, absolutely. There's always a meaning why something comes into your life. Absolutely.
Yes, yes. And you know it usually happens and you're celebrated when sometimes things go a little off kilter, right? A little off
Right.
kilter, and all of a sudden you hear this beautiful song of this nightingale like creature, and it could be that of an eagle in the sky, or it could even be that of possibly even a chicken.
Yeah, right.
Something about Deuteronomy. What was that? What was that? Please let us know. What is this? Deuteronomy 14:16. What does it say, Little Twisted? Do I need to look that up here? My computer is working today. Last week it wasn't working. Deuteronomy 14:6. 14:6 was it? Yes.
16.
Oh, 16. Okay. 14:16. Okay. Ah, here it is. Deuteronomy 14:16 states, 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before the Lord empty. This verse emphasizes the importance of attending the feasts of the Lord and requirement to bring offerings when attending. And I feel that Little Twisted might have told us this because when we are walking the world, we're in God's feast. And these animals are representing what, let's say, the divine is giving us or we choose to experience. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we choose and we do not choose what experiences because we're blind.
That's right. That's right. Chris, I feel a tarot card. Can you pick one?
No, they're all boxed from the trip.
Okay. So let's do this then. Pick a number, Chris.
17.
17. Tarot card 17. It's called the Star. Keyword for the Star suggests the drawing of ideas from the universal consciousness. It's called the fish hook. The hook relates to the subject selected for research or meditation. Revelation comes through meditation. You must still the conscious mind, but keep a line on the subject chosen for meditation. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. And the Star is a naked woman who is pouring water into this, what looks like a lake. And she represents that of the fifth or celestial essence, which is above and beyond the four elements of fire, earth, air, and water. So this woman who is this star, she is pouring the water in, and she pours the water of her mental powers onto the land and onto the sea, indicating that she's pouring knowledge over humanity everywhere. Everywhere. And the water on land divides into 5 streams, represented the 5 senses. So let's ask ourselves, are we of the star? And Chris, what do you feel about that?
I think some of us can be, and some of us are, and some of us are, and we don't even know about it.
That's right. That's right. And it's a beautiful segue to the point where there's a lot of high energy going on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, all sentient beings. And the high energy and the frequency is sometimes getting us to do, let's say, stupid things, or we ourselves are confused, or we don't know if we're coming or going, or whatever it is. And as the star card says, pray, meditate, ground yourself to the land, pour the water or drink more water. It's interesting that water, WATER 51259, is a 22/4, which is that of the master builder, is that of the energy of building your essence, your DNA, your cell memory, the whole beingness, deliciousness of you being a human being. So in these next days, especially as we go through these eclipses, nourish yourself with fresh water.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
And let's have a drink.
Absolutely.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Where did everyone go, Chris?
They're watching.
They're watching, but let's see. Any questions out there? I will be speaking at 5 p.m. at the Sutton Room at the Hotel New Yorker. And my topic is, are you ready? Reclaim your brain.
That'll be a good one.
That what?
That'll be a good one.
Yeah. Because you know what? Our brain is being taken away.
Right.
By advertising, by television, movies, by all of this nonsense that's going on. And our worry, or are wanting to change things, or destroy Tesla cars, or destroy this or do that, or whatever it is affecting our brain. And our brain is like it's very powerful because our brain is connected with all our other brains because each organ has its own brain, Chris.
Yeah.
Each organ has its own mind, has its own energy, and we are human beings that are magnificent, holistic creatures.
Right.
And we are
Absolutely.
we're so interfaced with our DNA. We're so epigenetic with our DNA, with our cell memory. We're so connected with ourselves, especially now. Reclaim your brain.
I think it'll be a good topic.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Please, if you're in New York, if you know someone in New York, let them know, and we'll get them in there. We'll get them in there.
Wow. What if
At a table there where I'll be doing also numerology and everything.
and where can they find you at, Mr. Dr. Julian?
At the I'll be there at the Hotel New Yorker Saturday and Sunday.
That's awesome.
Morning, noon, and I might be there towards the evening, latter evening. You know,
That's awesome.
It is the eclipse. We'll be celebrating it, right? Everywhere.
Right.
And what's important is when we are in these energies, what's important is to always say a prayer, always do a meditation. And as I ask people, please, when you walk out the door of your house, see yourself like a light bulb. See yourself like a light bulb. And when you come back home, turn the light off and say thank you.
And just like a light bulb, he disappeared. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, tune in for tonight's show at 9:00. And from coast to coast, around the world, from our house to yours, from our family to yours. Godspeed. Catch you on the next show. Bye-bye.